Fox 61 News at 10 starts now.
Right now at 10, police in one Connecticut city are investigating tonight after a man was shot during a fight in the kitchen of a home. We'll have the very latest.
Also, a Connecticut contractor fined hundreds of thousands of dollars after a deadly trench collapse last year. What OSHA says the company failed to do.
And state lawmakers are looking to make Connecticut's roads safer. We'll look at the changes that could be coming to our highways and surface streets.
But we start things off tonight on the Weather Watch as we're expecting some extremely cold temperatures coming our way this weekend. Good evening, I'm Ben Goldman.
And I'm Jen Bernstein. It's been really warm the last couple of days, but we are tracking an Arctic blast that could bring dangerously freezing temperatures across Connecticut. We want to check in right now with Chief Meteorologist Rachel Frank for a first check of that forecast. Rachel.
Yeah, and this is looking like the coldest air that we've seen in many years. So the timing of this is going to start Friday afternoon with temperatures dropping, winds picking up. So it's that temperature drop and wind combination that will make it feel like 15 to 30 degrees below zero for later Friday night into Saturday morning. And actual temperatures will be below zero heading into Saturday morning too. It's a quick shot of cold in the day on Saturday and then rebounding temperatures by Sunday. The other thing we're watching is a cold front passing through early tomorrow, and that will bring us some scattered rain and snow showers outside tonight and the chance for snow heading into the morning commute tomorrow. And that could cause a few issues to start off the day. So this is 11:30 at night. Notice there might be a spot rain or a snow shower out there. But as we head towards daybreak, while this is not going to be much, the timing's not ideal for the morning commute. So this could coat things up briefly here. This is 6 o'clock in the morning tomorrow. Most temperatures will be just around freezing. In southern areas, maybe a little bit above freezing, which will help road conditions. This is 7:30 in the morning, and by 8:30 or 9 o'clock, it's on the way out of here. So a coating of snow is possible in spots. I would check in with the Fox 61 morning show crew just to see if there's any trouble spots out there before starting your day. Otherwise, plenty of sunshine, temperatures cooler than today, climbing into the upper 30s as we head through the afternoon instead of near 50 degrees. Then it's all about looking ahead to the cold. We'll get another check of the forecast and got to show you those wind chills coming up.
Yeah, it's going to be chilly out there, Rachel. Thank you. And because of the freezing temperatures that we're expecting later this week, Governor Ned Lamont is activating the severe cold weather protocol starting Thursday afternoon. Anyone in need of a warming center or shelter can dial 211 to find the closest available facility to near you. Be sure to download the free Fox 61 News app. If you scan your QR code that's on your screen right now, you'll get a link to click on where you can download it for your smartphone or your mobile device. And you can use the Fox 61 app to help find resources to stay warm, as well as track the latest weather conditions right from your phone.
Well, new at 10 tonight, New Haven police are investigating after a man was shot in a home on Bassett Street. Officers first responded at around 4 o'clock this afternoon. Investigators say that there was a fight in the kitchen of this house. A 34-year-old man was shot in the upper back right near his collarbone. He's expected to survive. Anyone with information about the shooting should call New Haven police.
Well, new at 10, a contractor in Manchester has been fined nearly $400,000 after a worker was killed when a trench collapsed in Vernon back in July. An OSHA investigation found Botticelli Incorporated exposed the man to deadly hazards while connecting drainage pipes at a residential development construction site. OSHA says that Botticelli did not have a protective system to prevent the trench from collapsing, didn't properly inspect the trench before workers went inside, and didn't have a good enough way for them to exit the trench. Botticelli has 15 business days to pay the fine or appeal the decision. Well, new at 10, state lawmakers are trying to make Connecticut's roads safer after 2022 was one of the deadliest years in decades.
The Transportation Committee heard from the public today about a bill that looks to reduce traffic deaths. Fox 61's Gabby Molina joining us live in Hartford tonight with the details. Gabby?
Ben and Jen, that bill is made up of recommendations from the state's Vision Zero Council. That council was created back in 2021 with the mindset that even one traffic-related death is too many, whether you're behind the wheel of a car or walking out on the roads. Last year was the deadliest on Connecticut roads in decades. 239 drivers or passengers were killed, and 75 pedestrians.
Safety needs to be our priority. People deserve to feel safe.
The Transportation Committee is considering a bill that aims to do that. The state's Vision Zero Council is made up of commissioners from different state agencies. They came up with more than a dozen recommendations that make up that bill. Some of those are making it illegal for a passenger to have an open container of alcohol, creating a fatal collision reduction team, requiring people to watch a video on new traffic laws before they're able to renew their license, and expanding bike lanes.
Whatever makes people safer, we just have to design an infrastructure that leads to safety.
Jennifer Glass said she's new to learning about pedestrian and bike safety issues after her husband, John Beisowitz, was hit by a car back in November.
Unfortunately, got hit by somebody who was impaired in some way across the yellow line and hit him.
A lifelong athlete and a longtime race director, his life was forever changed. He spent months recovering after needing to have his leg amputated below the knee. And advocates say there are many like him who are at risk when out on the roads.
I think far too often we see this as being an issue that is just one thing, and it's an onion of issues. And so for us to be able to actually make meaningful change and keep people safe, it's looking at our road design and slowing down traffic with road diets.
Another part of the bill also calls for red light and speed cameras.
We would be looking particularly at school zones and pedestrian safety zones for installing these speed and red light cameras.
It's a proposal that has come up in previous years, but is often met with opposition.
Constant monitoring by law enforcement is really something that's unbecoming of free people. And Connecticut's residents shouldn't be treated as presumptive lawbreakers who are subject to ongoing government surveillance.
Now, one thing that this bill does not specifically address is wrong-way crashes, but members of the Transportation Committee said that that is something that they are going to be looking at this session. As for this bill, it is still in its early stages, and what's next is the Transportation Committee is going to take into account what it heard from today's public hearing and make any changes that it sees fit. Live in Hartford, Gabby Molina, Fox 61 News.
Gabby, thank you. In a Fox 61 follow-up tonight, a Salem mother appears in court nearly 1 year after her baby daughter died from exposure to fentanyl. Ricky Thomas and Travis Schubel are facing 3 charges, including second-degree manslaughter. On February 8th of last year, 13-month-old Kaylee was found unresponsive in their home. Investigators found dozens of bags with drugs in the home described as in deplorable conditions. DCF has been working with the family since August of 2021. The department says it's improving protocols as more babies and young children have died from being exposed to fentanyl.
When tragedies like this happen, we are the first ones to peel back all of the layers to determine if there's anything else we can do to partner to keep kids safe.
DCF is asking you to download the NORA app to help during a fentanyl exposure. You can also anonymously report child abuse or neglect to the DCF Care Line. The phone number is on your screen right now, but here it is, 800-842-2288. We'll also have that number on the website, fox61.com.
A tractor trailer crashed in New Haven, spilling more than 6,000 gallons of wastewater sludge on the road. It happened at the intersection of Kimberly Avenue and El Grasso Boulevard around noon today. Septic system crews were called to the scene to remove the sludge from the road. The driver was sent to the hospital with minor injuries.
At least 100,000 chickens are dead tonight after a weekend fire at Hillendale Farms in Basra. At least 20 different fire departments responded with engines and tankers Saturday afternoon. The fire was contained to one of the 400 by 50-foot coops, which housed all the chickens that sadly perished. The almost 20 other coops were not significantly damaged. Hillendale raises about 20 million chickens for egg production, and its Basra farm is the only one in Connecticut. The state's agriculture department says while it's a major loss for the farm, it shouldn't have any impact on egg prices. No word on what caused the fire.
6 students were arrested today in connection to a fight at Crosby High School in Waterbury. Police say the teenagers have all been charged with breach of peace. It happened around 12:15 this afternoon. Nobody was hurt, and police say the school schedule was not affected.
A 6-year-old boy fell off a chair at a ski lift in Ski Sundown in New Haven Sunday. The chairlift was about 15 feet high. Officials say the boy was awake and breathing when Lifestar picked him up. Right now, we don't know how the boy is doing in the hospital as of tonight.
We have an update now. The Middletown man charged with killing his mother at sea is asking for access to minutes from the grand jury proceeding that led to his indictment. Nathan Carmen is looking to learn what was disclosed about his grandfather, John Shackleos's death in 2013. Carmen is accused but not charged in his death. Carmen's lawyers say that he's entitled to know what the government presented to the grand jury about his grandfather's death, because if it was, quote, inaccurate or untrue, then Carmen may have grounds to get the indictment dismissed. Federal prosecutors have until next Monday to respond. A church in Berlin is finally rebuilding after being destroyed in a devastating fire that happened last April. The East Berlin United Methodist Church held a groundbreaking ceremony Sunday morning as they started the process to rebuild. Church leaders say the community has always been incredibly supportive, but now even more so.
So we also have the apple fritter booth at the Berlin Fair every year. And this past year, all the community really reached out with support to us, and we're hoping to see some action here. So we're finally going to have some action.
The church says it'll take a few weeks of construction to finish the outside, and they're hoping services start again shortly.
We have much